Hi, it's Alaska Granny. I'm out at my granny camp, which is my Alaska off-grid cabin. I don't have any running water, I don't have electricity, but it's a great place to come out and spend a lot of time and relax and be out in nature. One of the things that I decided to put out at granny camp this year is a pop-up greenhouse that I ordered on Amazon. It's a great year for everybody to be trying to grow a little bit of food. So whether I'm helping my daughter with her garden, I'm working on my own garden, and now I'm going to have a little greenhouse out at granny camp. So there are variables at every one of those locations, but there's the possibility to grow some food for our family. Today I'm going to show you the pop-up greenhouse that I bought and set it up, and hopefully it'll be as easy as it says. It says one person can set it up. It's only 6 by 4 and it's a pop-up, so there's one piece of frame, one piece of cover. But one of the comments that someone wrote in and said, I'm a senior citizen and I got trapped when it fell on me and I couldn't get out from under it, and it's not recommended for senior citizens. So I'm thinking I'm a senior citizen, but hopefully I can set this up by myself. We'll see. This is the spot where I want to set it up. It's not exactly level, but that's good enough because it's just a pop-up greenhouse. And I think because the granny camp is on one side and the woods are behind it, that it should help keep the wind from blowing it around. I had a big problem when I had a high tunnel at my house and the wind came up and it blows so hard that it just blew it upside down. It looked like a great big beetle on its back with the legs just swaying in the wind, and it was destroyed. So yeah, this is my next attempt at having a little greenhouse, but this one's out at granny camp. You can see on the box, it's an Eagle Peak 6 by 4 foot foldable greenhouse. It weighs 22.7 pounds. Of course, it's made in China, but it only has 2 pieces because it has the frame and the cover. So you can see there's a frame. It's all one piece. The whole frame is one piece, and it arrives zip tied together so that it doesn't come apart in transit. Let's see if I can get this. Oh my gosh, okay. Dullest knife in Alaska. Okay. Inside the bag, there are the ropes to tie it down and the stakes if you want to hook it to the ground. And then there's the directions. The directions are simple. You open the frame and you put the legs down 1 notch. Then you unzip the big doorway and you slide it over the frame, and then you Velcro it on. Then you go inside, you push up on the middle until it clicks, and then you adjust the cover, make the frame taller by adjustable legs. And then it's got lots of Velcro on it to hook it together. So let's go ahead and see if Alaska Granny can set up this frame. So it's pretty easy to figure out which are the short sides and which are the long sides, and I want the short sides going forward and back because that's the sides with the door. There's 2 ties on the cover. I decided not to put any of the legs up yet on the frame and it might be too tall for me to put the cover over it, so we'll see how that works out. So I'm going to remove the ties, open it up, open the door on the front, and then try to put it over the frame. So I found a zipper, so this is going to be the doorway. So I'm going to open that up. Now I'm going to put this over the frame. Tangled up. Oh my gosh. All right. First I have to go untangle the dog. Okay. All right. The doors go on the long side. Alaska Granny messed this up. Okay. All right. Whew. So I was thinking it's oriented like my cabin, that the skinny side has the door, but it isn't that way, and I should know that. I looked at the pictures many times, but it's still easy enough to put it on. Now I'm going to go inside and push up on the center. That'll push the tent cover over it. You can see there's an X marks the spot, and that's where the center pole will push up. So you want to make sure that it's centered and that you have each corner situated over the frame so that when it goes up, it'll all be oriented correctly. Let's climb in here. I should have put the legs up a little bit. Okay. Oh, all right. Now you can see where the center is. So you push up on these poles, and then that should click into position. I'm pushing up on these side bars, and you can see they're going to snap into position, but I can't hold the camera and show you how I push it. I don't have a helper. It's up here. These seem to be in position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then you can see where you can adjust the legs. It's a steel frame, and then the legs are adjustable. So you can push them up, but you want to make sure like they're not standing on the tent before you put it up. Okay. Okay, this is really tall now. I'm glad I didn't put any of the legs up before I pushed on it, because I have to reach up to reach the frame. So I need to straighten it out a bit, but you can see it's good size. It's probably half the size of Granny Camp, and it's tall. And luckily it's not windy today, so I was able to set it up. This is nice. It's because it's all one piece, you can move it around if you want to. And it's easy. It isn't very heavy because you can just lift it up and slide it left or right or wherever you want it. So you want to make sure you have it where you want it before you do something like pile rocks around the edge or tie it down. Hey, Teddy. So yeah, it's lightweight. You can move it around, put it where you want it. Just make sure when you're moving it, you don't put the legs down onto the cover. The cover seems to be really sturdy. It's clear, but it has the green net inside, so it's like 2 layers. And so it isn't a green cover, but it looks green because of the netting in the cover. There's still plenty of room along the bottom to spread it out, maybe put some bricks or rocks or wood or something to keep the cold from blowing in under it. It has a window on each of the short ends. They Velcro down so that they'll stay closed. And you can roll it up, and it has these toggles. These are really handy because that's all you have to do to roll it up and have it stay. You don't have to tie anything and then be trying to untie things. You just slip it through the toggle. And then it's got a screen. That'll help keep some of the bugs out. We get plenty of those. So it has a window on each of the short sides and a door on one long side. Some of them have 2 doors, 2 windows, so that's probably how I got mixed up with what mine had, because I looked at so many of them, but they won't all of them ship to Alaska. And if shipping is a problem, you have to find one that they will ship to your area, and heck, it's still in stock. I think this is going to be a great addition to Granny Camp. I just hope that I can get it held down with enough that it's not going to get carried off by the wind. We get some tremendous winds here, so hopefully this one can last and I can get it anchored down correctly. So now the fun begins. Now I get to figure out what all to put in it, how I'm going to do things, and yeah, that'll be some upcoming videos. So keep watching if you want to see how I set up now the inside of my greenhouse and what the results are now that I'm going to have this little greenhouse out at my Granny Camp. I think this was easy to set up. It probably would have taken only 10 or 15 minutes. The filming it made it take longer, but it was a good way to show the features so that you can see if this is a greenhouse that you might want to get for yourself too. It's the Eagle Peak Canopy 6x4 foot foldable greenhouse. What's going to be extra nice at the end of the summer, I can just unattach the cover, undo the legs, fold it up, it's in one piece, and I can put it inside Granny Camp and store it for the winter. And the ones that have a million pieces, you can't do that. You have to put them all together, and then you would have to take them all apart. And so that wasn't something that I wanted for my needs out here. So let me know if you have one of these, and if you have any suggestions on how to get growing in my greenhouse out at Granny Camp. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.